Welcome back, everyone, to the Path of the Awenydd, your guide to inspired living using the power of astrology and tarot. I am your big bad wolf astrologer, Blythe Mardrug, here to guide you into your weekly forecast. This week, it's all about opposites, opposites, opposites. We've got Uranus opposite Mercury. We've got the Sun opposite Mars. We have Venus coming up into opposite aspect to Neptune. And not only that, we've got the Sun and Mars also squaring up to Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, creating a T-square. Also, we've got the new moon in Libra coming up into the end of this week, and we also have the dreaded Mercury retrograde. Yay! I can hear everyone shouting at the same time. And I'm here to guide you on not only how to survive these challenging aspects, but also to how to thrive through them. So I will see you in a few minutes. Hi Leo, this is your weekly forecast for the 12th of October 2020. We start out the week with a T-square between Mars, which is in Aries in your 9th house, and the Sun, which is in Libra in your 3rd house. Both of these having to do with communication and learning and traveling, and both of those squaring up with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter in your 6th house of daily routines, your work, your health, your service to others. And this is going to be the most stressful part of your week because this is going to be happening all the week. And basically, what we got here is the Sun and Mars energy are amplifying each other. Mars is our will. It's what we want. It's what we want to do. It's also our drive, our personal drive. At the moment, we're here up in the 9th house, and where we want to learn higher. It's about our higher learning, especially in regards to philosophy, religion, the law. And it's opposite here the Sun, which is in Libra, which is a very cooperative sign, a sign of balances and compromises. And this is in your local community, your local area, to do with writing, communication, and both of these are squaring up with your work area at the moment. And so there's this I want to say there's this learning trend. There's something you want to learn that you don't know whether we should maybe just do a small course in it, or if you want to go the full-blown university route. Something to do with either your work or maybe of being service to others, maybe some volunteer work, and you want to get into a better position to do that. But you've got this square up to Saturn, which is restricting that energy, and also Pluto, which is trying to figure out the hidden, trying to bring out what's hidden in this area, and also Jupiter, which is acting like a bit of overdoing. So you're overdoing maybe your work, and maybe there's some study work balance that you aren't comfortable with, which you don't have the time to do because you've got so much work in the first place, and you're trying to overdo it, and maybe some office politics that's going on, and you're trying to learn more, and you're wanting to learn more with this Mars in your 9th house and this communication bit, and it's all just becoming a bit stressful. And let's start off the week. You've got this sextile with Jupiter, so all that extra energy that Jupiter is doing, that overwhelming stuff, and it's the release valve for that is Neptune in retrograde, which means it's you're looking at the reality of a situation. Neptune's usually about the ideals and being dreamlike about it and fantasizing some things, but this Neptune retrograde is helping us look at the reality of a situation. This might have something to do with joint finances, or something hidden, or some other hidden activity, maybe taxes. That's what the 8th house is about. Sex, death, and taxes. There's legacies. Maybe something kind of some legacy work that you've taken on. Anyway, this T squared is very stressful. It's causing a lot of problems for you. And the release for this T square is in this void space over here. It's like the 4th leg of the T square. So you got that right there and that joining up. So you need this little space right here in order to be able to help you balance that out, be able to release some of that energy for that T square. And this is in your subconscious. It's Cancer in your 12th house. The 12th house is your subconscious house. It's your inner feelings, the things that you keep hidden. So what you keep hidden is your sensitivity. You don't like people thinking that you're weak. And I think if you sort of brought that out a little bit, people would, the situation might correct itself. And so it's all that inner working, that inner feeling that you've got. You need to sort out your how you're feeling inside to be able to deal with all that's going out in this work area and in your learning houses. You also have Uranus in your 10th house of career and long-term goals, which is retrograde. And Uranus is the rule breaker and the innovator. So there's something very innovative and that you're trying to do in your career or your long-term goals, something that goes against tradition. And it's opposite here with Mercury in your 4th house, which is about your home life and communication with your home life, that intellectual, the intelligence of that home, of where you are, that core part of you. It's sort of a mild T square with the moon in your house, the 1st house, how you reflect yourself to others. And you got that moon energy, so that inner part of you, that subconscious part of you, you're letting shine through, and that's causing a bit of a tension as well between your home and your career. Again, there's a release valve for this tension in Venus in your 2nd house of personal values and resources. And Venus is saying you are liking the finer things in life, being able to relish, being able to afford nice things, finding security and being able to afford nice things or have nice things around you. You've got that stability and that wealth for you there, which is releasing that tension in your home and in your career life. So maybe you're in enough financial position to not being able to worry too much about this little conflict in your home and work life. Do, however, be careful because Mercury does go retrograde on the 13th in your 4th house, so there could be some miscommunications or misunderstandings at the home or people around you at home. So just be aware that could cause some more added tension into this opposite. So if we carry on to the 13th, the moon goes into Virgo with Venus, and so they're conjunct with each other. They move into a more position where they are trining up to Uranus and sextiling Mercury, but they're also trining up to those 2 of the 3 planets in the T square that's happening. So this could be that this financial comfort that you have, it's giving you some emotional comfort, some emotional release from this issue with your work routine, which is causing that stress with the higher learning and your communication in your other house of learning as well. We see that Mercury has gone stationary retrograde, so it looks like it's standing still, and still opposite of Uranus, but we've also got a trine here to Neptune and a sextile up to Venus and the Moon. So this is acting sort of a release from that opposition. But so is Uranus and these other 3 planets as well. So they're causing a bit of a. They're all helping each other out, even though they're stressing each other out as well. So it's all related. So this financial situation, you got personal resources, you got opposite Neptune here in your 8th house of shared resources. So that there could be some ideal about your financial, some shared bank accounts or debt. You're seeing the reality of the situation for that. It's not a very bad situation because you've got that financial stability in your 2nd house, which is helping you out in if any. It could be that you're in debt or that you're asking for maybe a loan or something like that, which is helping. That financial stability is helping you out with that loan here in the 8th house, which is helping you out in your home life as well, and also your work life. So you got Pluto. It's now sextile with Pluto here, who's the great investigator. He likes to find out the small things, the things that are hidden. There's also a power struggle as well in your work in that area. So that sextile is helping out the Pluto. So it's keeping you in a good shared financial situation. So, and if we move on now, we can see that the moon moves into, on the 16th, the moon moves into conjunct with the sun. So that means that there's a new moon in Libra, which is great because new moons are about new beginnings, and this is the beginning of being able to work with people. This new moon is about work relationships, partnerships, being in balance, compromise. But that new moon is joining that T-square as well, so it's coming up square to that work area, work life. So that is some, yes. So that communication, that there needs to be personal communication, some kind of emotional communication regarding your work life area. You need to express yourself in this to be able to cope with this situation. Obviously, you've got the Venus here in your 2nd house, which is financial security, trining up to the Pluto and Jupiter, so that's putting off some of that pressure. So you're in a great financial situation, which is helping to ease off the stress of this work area. So maybe you're maybe doing too much work, and it's causing you not to be able to learn. It's restricting your learning. Well, not restricting because Saturn's moved out of the T-square, but it's causing a restriction in your communication and in your learning. So this financial situation is helping relieve some of that. So you don't have to worry too much about work. If you don't, then you should be good. And then at the end of the week, we have the moon conjunct Mercury in your 4th house, which it rules. So it likes to be there. It's all about emotional comfort, about being secure in the home, mental health in the home is quite good. And obviously we've got this square opposite up to Uranus, which is trying to break rules at work or your long-term goals. So a bit of a tension there. And luckily we have Neptune in your hidden places and your joint finances, which is relieving some of that stress. So there you go, Leo. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. If you like it, please thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.